Hey, boner time. Good morning. How we doing? Just doing my warm-up routine. I think this is a great warm-up routine, by the way. Just using a hot water bottle on your hands. I think one of the problems is you can overplay before you start doing a performance, which often I do. And that can kind of psych you out a little bit if you play badly. So, snapped a string yesterday. Said string has been removed and new string replaced. And there doesn't seem to be any string slippage. Alright, so, and you're the first person here, so I wonder who else is here then. Is there anybody else out there? Okay, I'll just switch the heating off because it's getting really hot in here. I can feel the temperature going up and the camera's wanting to switch off. Let's do some playing. Bit of light fusion. Get me into the mood. Well, I think that's enough times around that. Oh, hi Sean, how you doing? So, today what I thought we would do, seems quite quiet today, which is good. Have you got your guitars at hand? So what I thought we'd do today is maybe develop some lines together, or maybe break down a few lines that I'm doing at the minute and some of the thoughts behind them, and try them out in a track. It's too fast. So, that sounds fun, doesn't it? Yes, it's our idea of fun. So the last sort of few days, I was looking at some Alan Holdsworth, and I revisited mode 3 of the Messiaen scale, and unfortunately gave up. So that was one failed mission. I think I'm gonna have to go for lessons on that. I think the problem with the whole Alan Holdsworth Messiaen, in fact I know what the problem is. It's a complete music lifestyle change. I think if you're going to do the Alan Holdsworth thing, you only got to do the Alan Holdsworth thing. It's so deep and complicated. You would have to dedicate your whole life to that particular sound. It is quite overwhelming, like the whole thing. I've got to admit, and like every time I go near it, I get like my arse kicked. Absolutely. I haven't given up, but it's just you can't do this and that. I would just have to do that badly till I got better at it. Trust me, it's just madness, the whole thing, when I read about the harmony and the concepts. However, as a compromise, I got back into listening to a bit of Brett Garsted, who basically loves Alan Holdsworth, as you know, and has his own kind of inspired Alan Holdsworth approach. And I was just really enjoying the sound of his hybrid picking and the way that he puts lines together. So I was doing a little bit of sort of vague transcribing and pulling some ideas and just trying to get, not so much in like copying the ideas, but actually just how they work, right? And there's one thing I've got to remind myself, is that like how these players tend to think is it's in much smaller chunks and then putting those chunks together to make a bigger picture. So like when you're developing lines, it's a great way to like organize and work out how you can put these chunks together, but also you can make like a big line that you can unleash into a solo. So one thing I've been doing is like just working in an area where it's quite difficult. So we're gonna be in C minor, I think, today, and I'll just kick things off with a little bit of something simple-ish. So one little kind of cell that I do find very handy is just this. Because it's quite rhythmic, you can feel the beat to it, and it's got some interest, and it's very much in the key, isn't it? And we can launch off to other places. So there's a little thing. So simply all I'm doing is C minor. We're starting on the 8th fret, and we've got 1, 2, 4, and then I'm going this pedal tone off at the first. So that's a really, really handy move. And also that's really good as well, just going between the strings, because it gives you legato more energy to the point where it can sound almost like picked, which I think is really good. And then we can just descend down the scale. And then that seems quite natural just to come back up. Now this sort of shape's super handy. So this is just like 3-1-3. Again, C minor, so we've got 3 notes. 1 note. So put that together. And then we can go into sort of chromatic notes, so you can just chain these things together. But I think when things get really interesting is when we start kind of working in areas of the scale that we kind of avoid and find tricky and find new things there. So I've been getting a lot of so if we think about C minor, oops. So we're doing it like the Greg Howe way here. So that's position 1, right? I'm going to go to the second position. And we get this position up here. And then we can start chaining things together like that. So, position 2. I'll go through like the Greg Howe position. So it's like this: 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. We have to come back a fret. 1, 2, 4, wide, and we come in 1, 2, 4. We can start easily kind of chaining things together. So here's a nice little cell. And then the other thing is, it's just playing these at a lower tempo, because what you want them to do is, when you're playing them slowly, to sound good. Any questions so far? I don't ever play requests, American Josh, dude. Don't really do that. So, is everybody following along so far and getting some ideas? So, another little idea I was just coming up with there and playing badly was this. Something like that, where basically I'm using the flat 5 and it gives it an outside because it's a blues note, but I'm kind of removing it from other notes that are next to it to give it like an outside note, an outside sound. Let's try that. We'll work on this bit. Oops. Alright, enough noodling. Right, any questions? I wonder how the streams are going. Let's have a look. Alright, we're doing okay. Alright, interesting scale patterns, yeah. So it's just really like working in, trying to find inspiration in shapes that you find uncomfortable, really. See, that's a nice shape there. So if I break that one down, we've got or however you want to play it. But it's nice that you've got this scale that's running vertical because it puts you in nice positions to play arpeggios. So I can play an E flat major there, 6, and then come down to G minor 7. can kind of map the arpeggios together once you start doing that. Cool, eh? I'm locked out of the vertical stream. How come you're locked out of the vertical stream? So let's have a little breakdown of this one. So this is a really handy cell to have. And then you just got to work out areas where you can play it. But it means you can anchor things rhythmically. So we're going up E flat major, down G minus 7. Bit of a blues stick. Coming down, what's this? E flat major 7. Sorry, E flat major 9. And we've gone bang up, back up, the G minus 7. Any string skipping or finger tapping advice? Yeah, I have. If you're string skipping, hybrid. See, there's so this is like a little like string skipping, like an E flat major, major 7 arpeggio. That should sound pretty good. So string skipping, what I'm doing there, we'll flip to a different key. Right, what key would people find easier than C minor? First person to mention a key that's sensible, I'll work in that key. Hi Sean Thompson, how you doing? Anybody on here, if you like this sort of content, please subscribe. A minor, okay, A minor's a good one. So, A minor, I'll tell you what, A minor, so we'll call it D Dorian, which is in A minor, so just think A minor, but it's going to be over a D root. In fact, no, we'll go D minor because it's going to be easier because I've got more backing tracks than that. Right, Spacey Fusion. Alright, we'll try this. Okay, so D minor, sorry, A minor, I'm confusing things. Let's do the string skipping idea and we'll build that into a line. So I think a good place probably to start with this is F sharp major 9. So if we look at the arpeggio, that's what we have. In fact, let's just see if there's a D Dorian track. So I know there's. The reason I'm picking D Dorian, it's an A minor scale, but there's yeah, there's no avoid notes. So that so that F note isn't going to clash. Sorry, I've got a cold. Right, so we've got F major 9 over our D. And then what I'll do is I'll build that into a scale. So if we fill in the gaps with notes that are diatonic, in other words, in the scale. So we'll have a 3-1-3 now. So we've got 3 notes, 1 note, 3, 1, 3. Now I'm getting to the string skipping bit in a minute, but let's just practice that, those two things. So we've got the 2-1-2, then we've got the 3-1-3. And it's good to practice it in both, like when I did the triplets, or, you know, and straight notes, yeah? So, good have. Because you're thinking in 3s, although we're playing 2s. Anyway, what we can do now is with this 3-1-3 pattern is just miss the 1. Now the way I'll do this, the string skip, is it'll be legato. So if I'm just doing a straight one like that, I'm going to do 2 downs. And then the last one's a hybrid. Something like that. But it's just not very musical, is it? So what we can do is we can start adding sequences, and this is where we just do loads of hybrid. then we can start adding interesting musical sequences, and it doesn't have to be fast like that. We can do something slow now. Alright, and then should we add a tap to it? And then that answers all of Donald's questions, I think. So simply, all we're doing for the tap is adding in the note that was the 1. So the tap thing here is actually doing, it's kind of outlining an A minor 7 arpeggio there. There you go. But experiment. Let's see what happens if we extend it a bit. Because as I've got a tap, I can get up here now. It's not a lot you can do with it apart from go up and down it, that's the only thing. So for a quick flurry of notes, I think stuff like that's okay, which I never really bother using. I much prefer having this hand, pick, hybrid. Because I can put elements of that in. So if we're not going to use the tab, we can put it in here. And we've got access to all the other options, so let's try that. Something like that. Getting lost in what I'm doing here. It's kind of, you've solved the problem there, double diminished thing. It's that, isn't it? not my thing. So right, Donald, diminished is very easy. Basically, the diminished arpeggio is just a minor third. So, like for a minor chord, it's governed by having the minor third in it. And major has a major third. Now, diminished is just the minor third being repeated. So if you just repeat that shape up the fretboard, that's what you get. It's not complicated. So that's like your diminished sort of scale. Arpeggio. Yingli uses them all the time. But the double thing is just... It's sort of that, but he breaks the rule because he kind of just goes across to give it this outside sound. But that's all I know about Sean Lane's kind of playing. It's just a simple kind of repetitive. Something like that, isn't it? I mean, I'm playing it badly there, but... He's a very good player, Jeff Loomis. So anyway, developing lines. Right, so let's keep going with these lines. So I'm coming up with new lines, so I'm a bit all over the place, but thank you, Irish. Now, if you're on here and you're enjoying this, please do like the channel. I am a real person, this is me here. And subscribe. I'm wearing colourful tops to encourage people to stop scrolling and look at the live. So stop scrolling, whatever you're doing, and just see if you can beat the average watch time, which I'm not going to tell you what it is because it frightens me, on vertical feeds. I've done a bit of research into it. And like if you on a vertical feed, if you've got an average watch time of like 1.5 minutes, it's like, wow, that's amazing. And I just think, God, what's going on with people? You get the horizontal as well, and the vertical at the same time. Alright, so let's have a look at a really useful arpeggio thing we can do. So kind of adding arpeggios in with our scale stuff, that's the next thing, isn't it? So we're in D Dorian, which is A minor, and the scale position we're going to use is this. So if you're practicing this with a pick, so I've chose to pick this today. What you want to do is try and make sure the pick is super light. You want your legato, you don't want it louder than the legato. It's got to be super controlled. Takes me a while to get it dialed in, like the way I want it. But anyway, that's the pattern. So we've got 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2 on the 3rd string. We come back a fret, we're on the 6th fret, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now, what we're going to do is like a little descending pattern. So that's your first bit. And then what we're going to do is do a finger switch, and we're going to come up with C major. C major 6. So this is similar to the other thing we did before, just in an easier key. And let's do some funky chromatic stuff. And there's our lick. So this bit, that's easy, isn't it? And then pull off. So this is all A minor blues till we get to this enclosure where we're outlining a G7. In fact, you call it E minor 7. Try it slow. So another thing I like to do, I need to turn this backing track down, don't I? So the other part of this is just finding the pocket for this to sit in. So there. So all the notes are very close together, so it gives you a certain amount of tension, doesn't it? It's like the claustrophobic cluster of notes. So what I like to do is then open things up with something wide interval as a contrast. So we have... and go for that. So this is like really, it's an A minor pentatonic shape. Now the A minor pentatonic shape is really handy because it gives us the upper extension of the ninth. So the way this works is if we think of one second position pentatonic, that's your first bit, so it's a 2-1-2 shape. So that's just repeats. Now you can either go straight pentatonic, C, E, and come back down, you can tap it. Or you can push this last note, second off last note back, which gives us that note. So what's that going to be? That B. What would be the 13? So now we can have something that goes. Pretty cool, eh? Let's try it out. A little bluesy micro bend. Oops. There we go. Any questions? I need to have my coffee. Yeah, I knew you'd like the stretchy pentatonic show. Who only played for 8 years? If it's me, I started when I was 8. So don't worry about that. When did I start taking it seriously? When I was 8. Oh, right, cool. I'm shuttered on top of my amp. That's good, Sean. Oh, good, Don. I'm glad you... I'm glad you like the teaching, Donald, and you're following along, because it's a bit patchy today. Remember to like and subscribe if you're new on here. Don't do any covers. Hi Stephen. go. Alright, coffee time. There's a lot of energy went into that. Okay. Any questions? I've done a lot of talking today. Got any of that B Locrian? Oh. Wonder what if I type in B Locrian backing, what happens? It'll be something horrendous. Oh dear, this could be. There you go. Oh no. Well, I don't know about that. It was fun. It's a minor scale, yeah. It's the minor scale nobody seems to want to use. But I've just used it there. Advice for new YouTuber guitar players out there that want to live stream but are afraid of microphones. Yes, so basically with live streaming, well, it's not microphones, it's just like your voice, isn't it? The only way to overcome any fear is what we would call graded exposure. So you're going to go live and you're just going to go live for a limited period of time, just what you feel. Like, don't feel that you have to go live for an hour, right? Maybe you do 15 minutes, or maybe you do half an hour, or you build it up over time. So you do 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, till you get comfortable with it. That's the best way to do it, because just getting in front of a camera, and I know it's like you would imagine, well, we're talking and communicating with people all the time, but it took me a lot of, I mean, I'm still not quite right with it, but it took me quite a lot of time to get used to the camera, you know, and it's just sitting down and doing it regularly. The other good thing is, if you're a new YouTuber, nobody's going to be watching you anyway. You'll have to build up the algorithm so it brings an audience in to you. So whilst that you have that period of tumbleweeds on your channel, that's a good thing, because it means you can practice while nobody's watching. Another thing that's sort of like an unwritten code of honour almost with most YouTubers is that they tend to just leave all the early videos up. And if you look at like really sort of big YouTubers, they've got the first sort of lives, first sort of content videos up, and you can see where they started. So everybody starts like not great and underconfident and all over the place. I remember seeing, there was a live, I don't know if he's still got up on his channel, but Alex Hutchins, he did a live and it was literally only 17 minutes, and it was probably his first one where he was just literally, the live was saying, I'm just going to have a little bit of a play and I'm going to do more lives in the future. You know, so just do that, just dip your toe in the water, and you'll find that most people will be supportive anyway. You are going to get trolls, but don't let that phase you, because that you're definitely, because you're going live, you're definitely going to attract some fire. And you can either, I mean, what I tend to do is I might challenge it. Like sometimes I've had trolls be a little bit funny on the channel, but then they've ended up turning around and becoming really good community members. You know, so you can challenge it. I wouldn't recommend challenging everything, because just some people are just horrible, so you can just ban them straight away. So that's not a problem. Or you get wonderful moderators like Enzo there and Galactic Bay who will have your back. So you always get a friend to moderate. So there you go, Enzo. It's fun watching big YouTuber old vids. So, like, yeah, I mean, if you're going to play covers and stuff like that, you're going to get trolls, aren't you? Whereas I'm improvising, so this isn't, like, really for everybody, so occasionally somebody might come on by accident and, like, go, what's this? You know, it's not even music and stuff, but that's, you know, it's understandable. Some people will reject things because they don't have the framework of reference to be able to understand what's happening here, and that's also cool. They just need to be somewhere else. So yeah, you just got to get on there and flail about. I mean, the thing with me is just being yourself, you know, but allowing yourself to come out, and the only way to do that's just to keep turning up regularly. So how I am on camera pretty much is how I am normally. I know it was a joke, Enzo. Right, so rig rundown. Let's have a look. I can't remember which button it is. Right, can you see on? We'll go for this one. For the guitar, everything is nunchuck today. So that's my lead tone. Now I haven't got it set up with much. I've got it clean. So that's my clean. Haven't breakup one. The usual preset. Then we have random. I use these for live looping. Let's see if we can do some live looping. See if it'll work today. Hi, Constant Records. I saw you before. Sorry I haven't been chatting. Right, cup of coffee. And that's a bit of a rundown of the Nunchuck by Polychrome. So all of the guitar sounds there were just made off, just using those 6 presets. Powerful or what? That's good, isn't it? Bit of live looping, that's what you need. I haven't got a... I would give you a full rig rundown of all of the Ableton, the way I have Ableton Live set up. Tell you what. This isn't lined up quite perfectly. I'm just going to fix this. This is meant to line up. Like this. There we go. Right, we'll lock it. In fact, I think it's probably, when I think about it, it's probably Ableton that's got smaller. Excuse me while I just fix my live stream. We'll go with that for now. Yeah, very good. Except it's cut me off, but never mind. So I think that's it for today. Building lines. We've built some lines today. We can tick that box. We've covered a little bit of tapping and some string skipping by request from Donald there. Anybody who's wanting to hit me up for a lesson, the contact number, well, Enzo can post the number in the chat now, please. And if not, if we don't get that up in time, there's also the number in the community on this channel. Hi Taz, I haven't seen you for a bit. Do like the channel as you're here. Anybody else who's here who hasn't subscribed and you're kind of lurking about, please do subscribe and support the channel, and also become a member. And I think and I think that's it for today, guys. So that's it from me. I'll be back tomorrow morning, I would imagine, although I've got a little bit of a cold, but it's manageable. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.